Hey there, welcome to another episode of How to Paint Like a Feminist. If this is your first time joining us, I'd like to cordially invite you to pull up a chair and hit that share button down below. Make sure you turn on notifications and let all your liberal friends know that you watch this channel, because I'm sure they could be very accepting and tolerant of you doing that. Because right now it's all about unity. But before we get started, we'd like to go ahead and give a big shout out to this show's sponsor, Shell Shock CBD. Many of you probably ask, like, hey John Ross, how are you handling this Biden administration so far? Well, that's simple. I take Shell Shock CBD a lot because Biden. A lot. So go ahead and give a whole click-a-rooski above and show some love. We're completely American-made and veteran-owned and operated right here in the great country of Texas. That's right, I said country. Deal with it. We're open. Liberals, cry harder. So I'm going to go ahead and have my handy-dandy producer run the colors across the bottom of the screen. We're going to have grandma-killing Cuomo brown. We're going to have some Biden blue and some COVID yellow. Naturally, you knew COVID was going to come back because we're into, like, what, month 15 of flattening this curve? Maybe it's just me, but this thing's got more curves than Tess Holliday. If you don't know who that is, go Google it. You're welcome. Oh, I swear I was going to stop fat shaming. I just can't help myself. I really love that one. Just, oh my gosh, it's everything I hate. Oh, hey, we're back. We're going to go ahead and start painting now. We are so getting demonetized. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this nice thick base, this COVID yellow. We're going to apply it across this canvas right here. Just get a nice thick coat of yellow. Just happen to catch the Biden address on where we stand with COVID right now. Nothing like a out-of-touch rich elitist telling the rest of us that if we do as he says, we could slow the spread and be able to possibly, if they allow it, spend Independence Day with our families. You gotta love the irony in the government saying that if you listen to us, you can do what you want for Independence Day. Weird. And of course, you got all these people saying that we should be wearing our masks and also pro-illegal immigration, yet it was actually shown that Biden released 100 undocumented immigrants that tested positive for COVID back into the American population. So there goes that. You didn't say anything about that. And we got a border crisis down there that basically Biden, with his executive orders one after another, he's just signing them like hotcakes, and that border gets wide open, and underlay arriba muchachos, they're coming across that border like just shit through a goose. Now, of course, I'm not calling illegal immigrants shits. It's just a comparison. Easy AOC. I understand that you don't realize the difference between figurative and literal speech because Ted Cruz never actually called for you to get shot or killed in the Capitol riots. You just tried to posture yourself that way so you could play upon the emotions of your voter base because they're all, well, how do I say this politically correct? Stupid like you. Man, somebody must have pooped in my Wheaties. I feel really mad right now. Biden, month 3. Isn't it kind of ironic that you sat there and as Democrats just rallied and screamed, and AOC went out there to the fence line and did a little quick photo op of her crying, looking over the chain link fence of all the illegal immigrants being caged like animals, and suddenly all those cages got renamed overflow facilities. Is that how Democrats work? Do we call it something different just to change the title even though it's the same thing to make ourselves feel good? Well, I mean, if we're totally against those kids in cages, well, now come they're overflowing down at the southern border. Except, again, they're not cages now, they're overflow facilities. My B. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix some of this COVID yellow in with this Cuomo grandma killing brown, and we're gonna put a nice little thin streaks down here, and there we go. We got good old Andrew Cuomo out there, and he's just racking up the sexual harassment complaints left and right. I mean, my God, if that was a bingo card, that guy would have bingoed like weeks ago. It's like almost like that count from Sesame Street. 1 sexual harassment claim, 2 sexual harassment claims. But people are gonna say, like Schumer and the rest of them, calling for Cuomo's resignation. Republicans instantly jumping on that because they hate Cuomo. Democrats get a jump on that because they hate sexual assault and harassment. But what about this idea? Innocent until proven guilty. Well, John, he's got 7 harassments against him. How many does it take for him to step down and resign? Well, I don't like the guy. Old Pierce Nipples himself, but 50, 100? At what point do we forsake due process and innocent until proven guilty under the court of public opinion? Because apparently that's what truly matters. So old crying Chuck Schumer and the rest of them screaming for Cuomo's resignation. Cuomo's refusing to resign. I actually agree with Cuomo. Now, do I think he's guilty? Irrelevant. Let the investigation determine that. But in the meantime, he's innocent. Now, people are going to say, wait a minute, 7 women came forward. But don't we #believe all the women's? Well, what happened to Alyssa Milano? What happened to the Me Too and the Believe All Women? Where's Christy Blasey Ford? Oh, that's right. They're collecting their paychecks. Well, you know, one thing I noticed is that when it comes to one of your own being accused of sexual harassment or rape or allegations like that, man, you get about as loud as a mouse pissing on a box of cotton. Just crickets everywhere. Or you got a few Democrats coming forward saying, hey, well, he deserves a trial. When it came to Kavanaugh, oh, you wanted to crucify that man to Trump Tower just because he was Republican and Trump favored him. Again, you don't believe in due process. You believe in the outrage mob. And that's why you're very dangerous. God forbid you ever try and cancel me. But even if you did, I really don't care. I'm not afraid, and I'm certainly not going to bend the knee to dipshits and Gen Zers and millennials offended about literally every single thing on social media to the point where you want to ruin other people's lives. Cancel culture is about to turn. It's already turning. You've got Democrats coming out against it. But not too long ago, you were in favor for it. Good old pedophile joke-making James Gunn over there on Twitter. When Gina Carano gets canceled, James Gunn comes out and says, well, there's a difference. There's a nuance between freedom of speech and cancel culture. Oh man, I wonder if you'd still be saying that if they hadn't rehired you and all these celebrities came out in support of you after you made pedophile jokes, that if a Republican had done that, they'd have tied him to the railroad tracks and waited for the outrage mob train to run his ass over. So don't even sit there and pretend like it's not bias. It is 100% bias. You're all full of brown stuff. I bet you're asking yourself, well, hey, John, what are you paying there? It looks like something from a Charlie Brown book. Well, God forbid we do that and people find something racist or something bad in the Charlie Brown series and we cancel Peanuts. Merry Christmas, Charlie. And they pull it. Okay, then. But again, we care more about what gender our plastic potato is and the supposed racism in a book. And again, that wasn't cancel culture. Dr. Seuss's company reserved the right to pull a book, and I fully support that. I think we're just grasping at straws now at this point to try and look for something that's offending us. Because we all grew up on Dr. Seuss and we didn't turn out racist. Well, some of us did. They're called liberals, but they pretend that they're not, and they simp and white knight for minorities, but realistically, they just use them for votes and for money. Oh, 1 second, I got a phone call. Yeah, hello? Oh, hey. Yeah, I'm still following the science. Yeah, there's still 2 genders. Social construct? Oh, possibly. But chromosomes don't lie, so regardless of how you cut that cake, be it pink or blue, there's still only 2 genders. Thanks, Dr. Science. We're gonna mix up some of this Biden blue, and speaking of Biden and Democrat leaders, you got old Gavin Newsom. He's in the news again. He's out there with his family eating in a French restaurant or a French parlor or a French laundromat and having dinner, and comes out and says, I need to practice what I preach, and then he makes a TikTok with good old racist comedian George Lopez, and he's in another restaurant talking about where you can get immunizations, making the most cringe TikTok imaginable. And if you actually Google it, I just want to go ahead and apologize beforehand that I introduced you to it because it's really bad. It's like old boomers trying to do comedy, and it's like, just stop. Just stop. It's to the point where you watch it and you kind of wish the COVID took you, versus having to watch that, whatever that was. Stop it, Lopez and Newsom. Please, stop. It's horrible. And you got Democrats out there running over Portland, Oregon. You got the governor coming out and saying that we need some money because after we slashed so many millions in police funding, well, now we don't have any police, and you've got riots burning down stuff left and right, more violence, and man, what are you to do about that? I know. I'm just gonna point and laugh because I don't care. You made your bed, then you shit in it, then you had somebody else shit in it, then you looted it, then you burned it, then you protested it, then you infected it with COVID, then you opened the borders, now you sleep in it. Democrat policies. We're seeing it over and over and over again all over the country. It's like you just don't learn. I mean, what's that definition of insanity? Oh, voting Democrat. That's right. Little psychological humor for you. Most of the Democrats won't get that either. And some of the Republicans, to be honest, it's kind of up there. It's like the sun. It's over your head. I can't stop today. I don't know what's up. It's got to be the CBD. Subtle shout out. We're going to keep going. I got to stop myself. Seriously, cut the tape. I'm done. Now for the best part, the reveal. I'll be right back. Hey there. If you like that video, make sure you tap that subscribe button. Give it a little share-a-rooski. Tell your friends about us. Word of mouth is traveling fast, and the John Ross fan club is growing. Soon to be offering merch just for you. And make sure you check out our show sponsors at shellshockcbd.com and check out my Twitch channel at TheJohnBurg, where I stream every morning at 8 a.m. CST, covering the news. You have a good day.